Hey, it's me, Kati. Where are the Highlands in Northbrook? All right, where are the Highlands in Northbrook? I get this question all of the time, but before I answer this question, which I know everybody is dying to know about, I want to make sure you like and subscribe to my channel because I have all the information that you need to know when you are moving to the North Shore of Chicago. Go ahead, click like and subscribe. I don't want you to miss anything. Okay, let's talk about the Highlands in downtown Northbrook. So I know the Highlands super well because I grew up in the Highlands. I actually grew up on a street called Greenbriar. And Greenbriar is in the heart of the Highlands. And so where are the Highlands? So the Highlands run right west of downtown Northbrook, and it starts from basically the train line, which runs along Cedar. It goes up to Dundee on the north. On the west, it goes to Western, and on the south, it goes to Cherry. Now, that is the real Highlands. Some people will say that anything south of Cherry is also the Highlands. However, this is coming from somebody who grew up in Northbrook, in the Highlands, and has lived in the Highlands as well as an adult. So I consider the Highlands to be just the area within those four boundaries. So when people talk about the Highlands, they say it's the best place to live. I want to put out there that there are a lot of great places to live in Northbrook, and the Highlands is just one of them. I'm going to be talking about the specifics of the Highlands and why people love the Highlands and why some people may not like the Highlands as much. As I said, I grew up on Greenbriar, and I've probably been in over 3,000 homes in Northbrook, and that might actually be a conservative amount. So when I talk about the homes there, I have been in so many of these individual homes. I know the history of the Highlands. So let's talk a little bit about the Highlands. The Highlands are in District 28, and District 28 is pretty much your in-town school district. In District 28, there are three grade schools: Meadowbrook, Westmoor, and Greenbriar. Now, the Highlands go to Greenbriar School, and Greenbriar is directly across the street from the Highlands, and that's one of the reasons why everybody really likes the Highlands. It's super close to the grade school. The Highlands are also really close to downtown Northbrook. You can easily get there in just a matter of minutes by walking down Cherry, under the viaduct, and to the town. You can also walk to the train station. It is very close. I have vivid memories of my dad taking the train down every single day to Chicago, and I'd be sitting on my front stoop waiting for him to turn the corner down Cherry and come down Greenbriar, and I would see him and I would make a bolt for him as he was coming down Greenbriar. And so that was part of our lives, walking to and from the train station every single day. So the lots in the Highlands, here's the thing about it, is they are a little smaller. So they are about 55 wide by about 135 deep. Now that's your typical. You might find a few that are 60 wide. However, the only way you're going to find a really large lot is it's going to be down the back end around Cedar. And those are the ones that back up to the train and back up to the river. So you need to realize you might be getting a bigger lot there, but you're also going to be super close to the train. Some people like it, some people don't like it. If you're in the Highlands, the train is part of your daily life. You hear the train, it is true, and people pay a lot of money to live that close to the train. Yes, it's true. So because the lot sizes are smaller, it makes the homes there smaller as well. In Northbrook, we have a floor area ratio of 40% of the lot. So you can only build 40% of the lot square footage for your home, and that does include the garage. So that means if you find a lot in Greenbriar, in Highlands that you want to build on, the chances are that you're going to have a house bigger than about 3,000 to 3,200 square feet is a little bit rare. So any houses that are in the Highlands that are larger than about that 3,000 to 3,200 square feet is considered a big home. Also in the Highlands, it's going to be a little rare that you have a 3-car garage. So if you're thinking, I want new construction with a 3-car garage on half an acre in the Highlands, there's maybe only 2 houses in all of the Highlands that are actually like that. So when you move into the Highlands, typically your house is going to suffer a little bit. It might be a little smaller. Now there is quite a few new construction homes there, but you're running right now above $1.5 million. It's hard to find kind of a starter home in the Highlands anymore because then they're being torn down. However, if you do find a starter home, it's going to be typically a 3-bedroom, 2-bath ranch with a 1-car garage. That's typically what's going to be there. It's going to be small, maybe with an old basement. It probably was built in the 50s. So the thing about the Highlands Highlands is your homes are limited. If you're looking for a regular 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath colonial in the Highlands, it's very rare as well, because you have to remember these homes that were built there were the original homes in Northbrook. A lot of them were built in the 50s and they're small. So we don't have a lot of colonials there. If you're looking for a larger colonial, you have to go over Western into St. Stephen's Green or into the Westmoor School District. This doesn't mean that Greenbriar has just no colonials. It's just a tighter lot, so the homes just are not as big. So again, if you're looking at the Highlands, you probably are going to sacrifice a little bit on the house. And when I'm talking about the different types of homes, you typically get just a few kinds of homes when you're moving into Northbrook. You get a ranch, a colonial, or a split. Now, we do have the new construction as well, but you're just not going to be super varied about finding a home that's got a huge open layout with all of the high ceilings in the basements that you're looking for. It's going to be more charming. It's going to be more cute. If you're looking for a specific style of house, you just may not find it in the Highlands. So let's talk about why people love the Highlands. When you say, oh, these prices are high, the homes are smaller, it's really tight together, you don't have a huge yard in the Highlands. Why do people love the Highlands? People love the Highlands because you have a ton of community there. You have a ton of families, a ton of kids. It's very active, people out and about. You see your friends and your neighbors all of the time. So if that's something you like, you'll love the Highlands. If you do not want your neighbors to know when you are home, so for example, your car is in the driveway because you have a 1-car garage and you cannot fit your car into the garage, your neighbors will always know when you're home. Now, some people don't like that and some people love it. So you really need to think about, is that something you're okay with? Because the homes are very close together. You can see into other neighbors' houses. You can see what's going on. You know all the activities. So you really want to think about, is that something for you? The other thing that's great about the Highlands is that when it's time for school, all the kids are walking to school. And I will tell you, when I was there in the Highlands, every kid, didn't matter where you were in the Highlands, was walking to school. A lot of kids in the rain, in the snow. And that's because there aren't a lot of busy streets to cross there. There's always a crossing guard at Cherry so that your kids can get across and go to the school. But basically what happens is when school's getting ready to start, you see kids just pouring down the street to the school because they are all walking. It's going to take a lot longer for a parent to actually get in the car and then drive them to school. The other thing about the Highlands, like I mentioned earlier, is that it is close to everything. You can walk anywhere. You have the activity going on in the village. 4th of July parade goes down the street in front of Cherry. It's just a very active hub. It's a place that people love to hang out and be with friends and family and let their kids ride up and down the streets. A couple of things about the Highlands. Some of the streets don't have great sidewalks, so you need to keep that in mind. If you're a sidewalk and a curb type of family, you might not get that there on the specific street that you're looking for. The other thing is that the prices have gone up in the Highlands. They have gone way up in the Highlands. And so if you are looking at new construction, you definitely are above $1.5 million because a lot there, just a lot, is probably going to cost you around $500,000. So it's going to be hard to build a house for $1 million. Most likely you're up in the $2 million range. If there is an opportunity to build, most of these homes do go for custom builds and then they're not actually on the market. So if you're looking for a house in the Highlands, if you feel like this is where you want to be, make sure you reach out to me because, as I said, I know this area really well. We are selling more homes there than anybody. It's a place that means a lot to me and I know it really, really well. So we're also having a lot of people reach out to us when they're ready to go on the market. So we do have a lot of people who I have talked to over the years that I may know they might be moving or when they are moving in the future. So I hope this has been a great little video about what the Highlands are to help you decide if you may like the Highlands. As I said, it's not for everybody. I've lived there. I've enjoyed it. I haven't enjoyed it. I think as you get a little bit older and your kids get a little bit older, I'm finding a lot of people in the Highlands are moving out of the Highlands and they're maybe going into East Northbrook where you have a bigger yard, more space, a little more privacy. So as always, I want you to like and subscribe to my channel. I've got a lot of great information here, especially about the North Shore specifically. I want to make sure you are not missing a single thing. I want to be your real estate consultant for life. I'm always there for you whenever you have any questions. In addition, I have a specific search tab on my website. You can go and click on it and then you will get all the homes that are in the Highlands. I can send that right out to you, no obligation whatsoever. Feel free to text me if you want to see a house, if you have a question about the Highlands, or just about real estate or the North Shore in general. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. If you know, you know.